These LFC Milling company workers have been on strike since 2021. They've staged countless pickets and continue to show up outside the company's premises as a symbol of their protest. While some have lost hope, others are trying to get part-time jobs. But for many, getting their jobs back remains their only hope, particularly in the face of the current high rate of unemployment. 43-year-old Nzimeni Makgala worked here since 2018. His family of 5 depended on his salary, and now they are all forced to live off the children's social grants.
It is difficult at home. We no longer know if we are the men of the house. It is very difficult. Even our wives are now thinking that it's the union that is failing us, whereas it's the employer who is failing us while we are fighting for our rights. Now we are depending on the children's grant and there are no job opportunities.
Workers across the country are celebrating workers' rights on May Day. But for these workers, fighting for their rights is taking its toll on their livelihoods.
Since we started the strike in 2021, life has been tough. Now we depend on piece jobs and we don't even get lucky.
We've been living in these difficult conditions for a long time, to the extent that I feel like I'm losing my mind. We want to know how long the company is going to treat us like this.
The children who have been supporting me are tired of feeding me. It is very difficult and the employer doesn't care about us. It's painful. When you are not working, it's worse. I started working here in 2013.
Nyausa says the employer has been sending them from pillar to post.
Otherwise, they are living with hopes that the problem of the strike will be resolved. We have tried from our side as the union that we use Section 150A of Labour Relations Act to apply assistance from CCMA.
Labour law lecturer Maralise Conradi says there has been improvement in terms of laws protecting workers' rights, but there's more work to be done.
And yes, we also provide more protection to atypical employees. For example, labour broker workers, part-time workers, fixed-term workers and temporary workers. But is it enough? We don't want to be over-regulated in any country, but I think there are 2 areas where we should divide specific attention to.
LFC Milling says the matter is before the CCMA and will not comment further, as the labour legislation is the only avenue to deal with the matter correctly. Meanwhile, the Department of Labour in the Free State says it has investigated the claim of underpayment and found that employees were paid properly. Makgala Masiteng, SABC News, Wesselsbron.